What if every NBA team lost their best player? Names like Jokic, Giannis, and Shea would all be wiped off the face of the earth, and it would be time for a brand new arc with brand new leaders. And today, we're going to be finding out which teams will survive and which teams will fall off a cliff. And that's just one of the questions we're answering today, starting with, if the NBA season started today, who would win it all? With the new season just a month away and all the massive moves that happened over the offseason, we're going to answer this question and we're going to answer it right now. And to recap some of the biggest moves that happened this offseason, we have KD to the Rockets, Dame getting cut, the Lakers got their center, and so much more, along with the Dallas Mavericks getting their generational talent after trading their generational talent. But that's not the point. He's here and he's here to stay. I'm going to be simming out this season 20 different times to really get a larger sample size, and the team that wins the most is who are crowning the champion. And with the first simulation, these are all the teams that made the playoffs, and round after round after round, we had the Dallas Mavericks and Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals, with the Dallas Mavericks winning it all. And after running all 20 simulations, including this one, we have the Thunder winning once, Cavs winning twice, T-Wolves winning twice, Clippers winning 3 times, Knicks winning 5 times, and the Dallas Mavericks winning 6 times. And somehow, the Hawks won one too. I don't know. Don't ask me. And overall, that means 2K thinks the Mavericks are gonna win it all. Do I think this is possible? Maybe. Do I think it's probable? Probably not. And guess what team didn't even make it once? But now that we've covered the early prediction, it's on to the next question. What would happen if every team lost their best player? And there's so many questions within this question, like who's gonna win MVP? Who's gonna be the new best team? And most importantly, who's gonna win it all? This was the top 10 before, and this is the new top 10, with LeBron being the best player in the league, followed by Karl-Anthony Towns. And I also turned off all injuries for this experiment, so players like Tatum and Hallie would be coming back just to get deleted again. And after simming to the middle of the season, these are currently the league leaders, with Jalen Green going absolutely crazy now that he has his own team, followed by all these players that make sense. Maybe not Cam Thomas, but these are the teams that made the NBA Cup, with the Clippers winning it all. But now there's only one thing left to do. After simming out the entire season, Cat won MVP, Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year, Scoot with 6th man, wow, that's crazy, Evan Mobley the most improved player, Jaylen Brown, and Harden with the NBA Cup MVP. These are the all NBA teams. I have no clue how LeBron didn't make it, but we got Hitty and then LeBron on the second team, and these are the rest of the awards. And this is what it all comes down to: what teams will stay afloat with their best player gone, and what teams will crumble. These are the Western Conference standings, and I'm gonna be completely honest, there is no chance that the Warriors win more than 30 games without Steph Curry. No shot. And somehow Phoenix made it without Devin Booker when they couldn't even make it with him and KD. And the rest of these seem pretty accurate, but I genuinely don't think the Lakers will be this bad. And with the East, the Knicks are the best team in the league, and this is the rest of the East. And after simming out the entire playoffs, the New York Knicks are the brand new champions. And that answers what would happen if every team lost their best player. But what if every team lost their entire starting lineup? And what would happen if they lost almost everyone and it all came down to their worst player? So after losing your starting lineup, pretty much all your depth is gone. This is a top 10 now that every team's starting lineups are gone, with Naz Reid being the best player in the league. And after simming this season, we have TJ McConnell winning the MVP, and these are the rest of the awards. And these are all the standings. Here is the East. I genuinely still don't know how Chicago's doing so good, and the Wizards are still last. Wow. This is the West, with Denver being the worst team in the entire league. These are the league leaders, with Scoot averaging 25 points, and after simming out the playoffs, the Chicago Bulls are your winners. And what if it came down to every team's worst player, which means there's only 30 players left in the league, and in a league where Bronny essentially has the entire team to himself, can he win MVP, be the best team in the league, and win a championship? Bruh. I guess not. But now it's time for the last experiment. I've always had the question, if a team was deleted every time they won a championship, what team would be the last team standing? And you could say, yeah, the Wizards or Jazz or Nets, but what makes this so interesting is the order in which teams win. So since OKC just won the championship, they would be completely gone. all of their players will be deleted and replaced with a team full of 40 overalls. And then the pool of teams gets shorter and shorter until there's one team left. And for this experiment, I'm going to be focusing on 3 things specifically. One being how quickly can the Lakers win. Every year, they're so-called contenders, but they never seem to make it that far. But with the competition shrinking, how quickly could they win? And 2, what conference would do better? The West is widely considered to be better than the East in terms of competition, so what would be the order of teams getting out look like? Would it be more Western Conference teams getting out first, or would it be more balanced? And finally, of course, who would be the last team standing, aka the definite worst team in the league. So I simmed out the entire season. We're in the playoffs and OKC went 0-82, which means everything is going perfectly as planned. And after simming out the first few rounds, we're in the finals with the New York Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And after game after game after game, the New York Knicks were the second team on the chopping block. And after doing this 10 more times, this was the exact order in which teams got out. The third team is Dallas, followed by the Timberwolves, then a team that really surprised me, the Atlanta Hawks. Maybe it's their year. Then the Cavs, Warriors, Lakers, Suns, Clippers, Nuggets, and Rockets. So that already answers the first thing I was focusing on, and that was how long would it take the Lakers to win? Could you say that objectively all of these teams are better than the Lakers? Yes, but I honestly think this is exactly how I would expect them to do. And after running this out around 10 more times, these are the final 10 teams remaining, with some notable names being the Grizzlies, 76ers, Heat, and Bucks. And as of now, for point 2, almost every Western Conference team is out except the Jazz and Grizzlies, and there's still 6 Eastern Conference teams left. And after simming out the entire thing, it all came down to the Hornets and Wizards, with the Wizards being the last team standing. And what's so surprising about this entire experiment is not the Wizards losing. Everyone expected that, but it's crazy how long it took the Bucks to win. But other than that, this video was super interesting and fun to make. Let me know what y'all think down below, and stay tuned. We're going crazy.